Here we are together again on the radio. Everybody's got a topic for me. Everybody is telling me something that fits right into our show. I don't know what it is. We're in a certain kind of a groove right now, a certain zone. Everybody listens. Everybody knows what would fit our program. And I'm just besieged with all these stories. I can't even get them all in. My girlfriend told me a story about a guy. I think she dated him at one time years ago or something. And this guy was getting married. He was engaged, and he was going to get married. And his girlfriend, fiancé, if you will, traveled to Miami to visit her mom. And while she was in Miami, a friend of hers called her and told her that an ex-boyfriend of hers was getting married. And she got upset. Now understand something. This woman was engaged to be married to some other guy. And yet, when the previous boyfriend was getting married, she got upset. She got so upset that her fiancé said to her, "Hey, you better figure out how you feel about me if you're all worried about your ex getting married." And it reminded me that I have seen this happen more than once. There you are, living your life, doing it. Now, it's one thing if somebody dumped you like a sack of potatoes, and then 6 months later you find out they're getting married to somebody else. You know, I understand that because you're still healing or you're still suffering or mourning or whatever you're doing. That's understandable. The one I don't understand is there you are, you've moved on in your life, or maybe you even dumped the other person, or maybe it was mutual, you agreed to split up or whatever, and there you are dating or getting married to or married to some other person, and you are presumably happy. And then you see that somebody that you dated in the past is getting married, and you are visibly upset. Why? Why are you upset? They're gone. It's done. It's been over for, I don't know, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. It's done. You know, if you wanted that person, maybe you should have called them up. Maybe you should have gone to see them. Maybe you should have gotten on your hands and knees and begged them, "Please, please take me back." But you didn't. You just moved on with your life, banged other people, got involved with other people, fell in love with other people, married other people, whatever. But there is some reason that some people get upset at hearing news like that. And I have to understand why this is. So there's two kinds of callers I'm looking for this hour. One is the kind of person who has gotten upset at hearing that kind of news. Again, now, I'm not looking for people who have just sat there and locked up in their apartment crying since the breakup, and then the other person recovered really quickly and moved on, and you still haven't moved on. I understand that one. I'm not talking about that. You, the person who got upset, you have moved on with your life. You have a boyfriend or, in some cases, a girlfriend. Usually it's women who seem to freak out about this stuff. You got a boyfriend. You got a fiancé, you got a husband. And yet that ex from somewhere in the past is getting married. And now you're upset. If that's you, I want you to call me and tell me why you're upset about it. I also want to talk to people who've had the misfortune of being involved with people like this. There you are with the love of your life, somebody you think is just the most wonderful being on earth. And then they find out that some ex from high school, college, or wherever is getting married to somebody else, and then they flip, or they change, or they cry, or they go nuts. You've either been the victim of this or you've been the perpetrator. I want to hear from you.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
After you've been all night, who wants to get up out of bed and go home?
Me. That's exactly what I want to do.
The Tom Leykis Show on 97.1, the Westside FM talk station.
You have an ex out there somewhere. Ex-boyfriend, ex-booty call, maybe even an ex-husband or wife or whatever. And you've moved on with your life. You're with somebody else, but then you find out that the ex is getting married, and you start crying, and you start getting upset, and you start freaking out. You're presumably happy with the person you're with, but suddenly the person you're with has to see you falling apart. I need to understand this. I need to get inside your head at 1-800-5800-TOM. Or if you've ever been with one of these psychotic people, and you've had to live with this, I want you to tell me the story. I want to hear all about it at 1-800-5800-866. Valerie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Valerie.
How are you?
Do you care?
I so care.
I'm doing great.
That's good to hear. That's good. So I love your show, and today's topic, I can't get over it. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so all I wanted to say is that women are bitter all the time. Like yesterday's show, you were talking about the women who complain to their friends about their boyfriends and all that. We're bitter. That's why. We're always bitter.
You mean you're bitter every time a relationship doesn't work out, is what you're saying? Or you're just born bitter?
Yeah. We're bitter in general, especially if it doesn't work out. So for me, I just think that if my ex-boyfriend were to get a girlfriend right now, I think I'd be really upset. And, I mean, we broke up.
Why would you be upset about it?
I don't know. I guess it's because, like, you work so hard to be in a relationship with them, and, like, he's great now, and he's, like, giving all his, like, love to someone else. It hurts, Tom.
But wait a minute. Don't you have dates? Don't you have a boyfriend now? Have you moved on?
Actually, I'm not having any boyfriends at the moment because I'm leaving for college, but I don't know.
Are you dating?
I think I will when I get up there.
What are you waiting for?
I'm leaving.
You have to be. You're 18. You have to have a relationship with everybody you're involved.
No,
you can't just date people.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I don't know. I think it's different for guys, though, don't you think?
I mean, while you're waiting to go to college, couldn't you go on a date?
Yeah, you can. I don't know. I think it's just holding me back, I guess.
You mean you're not going out with anybody because you still haven't gotten over your last relationship?
No, I think it's because I don't want any emotional attachments before I leave.
But that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Can't you just date? Do you have to be emotionally attached to everybody you go out with?
No. That's why it's been a good summer, but still.
So you've been dating?
Right. Well, it's just, casually, whatever.
Have you had sex?
No.
You haven't. So this guy is the last guy you had sex with?
Right.
All right. And he has a new girlfriend?
No, he doesn't. It's just, if he did.
If he did. But wait a minute. Whose idea was it to break up?
His.
His. And what was his reason for breaking up with you?
Because I was leaving.
Well, that's a good reason.
I know it's a good reason.
So why would you get upset about it? You're the one leaving.
That's true, but he didn't consult me when we broke up.
Well, what is there to consult with you about? Did you consult him about leaving town?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ask him, do you want me to stay? I'll stay. Did you tell him that?
I did. I actually told him
You
that.
offered to stay, and he said, no, you go right ahead.
He said that, I don't know.
All right, so he dumped you, in other words.
Right.
All right, so you've been dumped. And you don't really, and that's the reason he gave you. It could be any number of reasons why he dumped you.
I know. But, it's okay because I understand, where he's coming from, but still, if he was to date another girl, it's still,
He's going to date another girl, dear.
I know.
Write it down.
I know.
For a man, as we always say, ejaculation is like urination. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And he's gotta go. And he will.
I understand that.
And so what? Are you going to freak out when you find out he's with someone else?
I think what would be good is if I moved on before he did. Is that selfish?
Well, why would he care? He dumped you.
Yeah, that's true.
He won't care.
Good point.
Do you think he'll care?
Thanks for putting it into perspective.
I'm here to help, Valerie. Now, my whole staff will be happy to help you get the jump on him if you like.
You're so great, Tom.
I'm here to help. All these boys will jump right in and help out. They'll roll up their sleeves and get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're ready, we're ready.
Okay, well, I'll let you know.
All right, well, you do that. Hang on. Now I'm going to have Dean get all your information so that you can get in touch with him when you're ready to move on with your life. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Javier. Javier, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, you are God.
Oh, thank you.
I was driving to work and I heard your topic and I almost crashed. I got a story for you.
Okay.
Getting married in 2 weeks. And the ex-girlfriend came back into town.
Came back into town. So, what, she left town and that's why you broke up with her?
We graduated college. We were college sweethearts.
I see. So, when you graduated, you went back to where you live and she went back to where she lives, or what?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And then I met this other girl, and things went, great, and her parents loved me. Her parents got money. So I figured I'd marry her. She's got money.
Yeah.
Well, the ex came back a couple days ago, and, we hooked up. She took me out, and one thing led to another.
And you banged her?
And her best friend.
And her best friend?
Yeah. So she says to me, we can do this, I don't want any relationship. This can be purely sexual. What do you want to do? Well, I don't know if getting married is the best thing right now. I mean, her parents plopped out a lot of money for this wedding, but I kind of like the sex.
Well, then maybe that's what you should do is cancel the wedding.
Yeah, but her dad, I don't know. This guy already told me in a long talk with me, told me, basically kill me if I hurt his little girl.
Uh-huh. Is he a mobster or something?
No, a state trooper.
Where does a state trooper get that kind of money?
I don't know, but they got a huge house.
Is that so?
Yeah, they got
a lot of people getting out of speeding tickets in Baltimore.
I don't know, but I don't know what to do. Actually, I'm leaving to go see the ex now, so I don't know.
Really?
What do you think I should do?
Well, personally, I would not get married if I felt the way you do.
Yeah, I think I'm a little too young for that.
Well, and what's going to happen if you get married and you keep doing this?
Yeah, true.
That's worse.
And I want to have my cake and eat it too, though, Tom.
But you can't, because hell, the guy's a state trooper? Don't you think he could, spy on you or tail you or something?
Well, he's done that already.
Well, that's my point. How do you know he's not going to follow you today?
Hey, it's worth it, Tom. This girl's worth it. This is not your average sex. This girl's a...
But then why would you want to be married? If you get married and you get caught doing this, what do you think's going to happen?
True. But, you know what? Women do it. Why can't we? Why can't I have my cake and eat it?
Well, again, people do it, but a lot of people get caught.
Yeah, I guess that's just the risk I got to take, huh?
Hang on a second. John, what do you want to say to Javier here?
Man, this guy is not getting two girls. Why would you even call asking that question? He's just stumbling over his words. He's not getting two women. I think he's just lying. I think he just wants to be under the Tom Leykis 101 wing, but he's just lying.
No, it's far from that. I'm not stumbling or trying to get on the wing. It's seriously really happened. I just, I do like
to know what to do. How would you even ask this question? You would have to know what to do if you were getting it. You would be a player if you would be a player if you were getting that. You would already know.
Far from a player. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a player. I had the chance here. So if I were a player, of course I'd know what to do. But I'm not. I'm not even trying to say I'm a player.
The ex-girlfriend just strolls in and you're banging her and her best friend out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, no, we went out drinking. She's always been bi. I mean, she's always messed around in college, so this was nothing new. It's not like this was a one-time, I'm going to mess with you and my girl. No. She's always messed with females.
John, thank you. Brenda, what do you want to say to Javier here?
Hey, Javier. If you really love this girl that you're engaged to and you're not in it for the money, then you should marry her. I think your ex is only with you and only wants to sleep with you because you're engaged and it's a challenge. And as soon as you break off your wedding, she's likely to leave you.
It's a good point. But hey, I wouldn't care. I'm getting the ass, so...
Yeah, but you're only going to get sex for maybe a week at the most, and as soon as you dump that other girl that you're engaged to, she's already won, and she's got what she wanted. Now you're old news, and she's going to leave again.
Hey, well, like Tommy said, hey, maybe if I'm thinking about sleeping around, then I wasn't meant to be married, so maybe I'd do myself a favor.
No, you know what, and I totally agree with that. If you're even thinking about it, then maybe you're not ready, and maybe it is a good thing to call it off. But don't do it just if you're trying to get laid one last time, because then you'll lose them both.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right,
Thank you.
Brenda, Javier, thank you. Good luck to both of you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Danielle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, why do you always have a topic about psycho woman on the phone and then I have to call and be the psycho caller?
Maybe you are psycho.
Oh, my God. Well, this is what happened to me, okay? I was engaged to this guy, and I was in love, and I had cheated on him several times. I mean, one of the times that I even got pregnant with another guy.
Oh, boy.
Told him that it was his kid. He paid for the abortion. Okay, subsequently, I went on a trip and came back, and, well, I dumped his ass. And then I met another guy and fell in love with him and got engaged to him. And I moved in with him. Well, I'd say that was January, so about 11 months later, this is in November, I found out through the grapevine that the guy I dumped had met a girl and was getting married. Well, you know what? I hit the fan. I mean, I was so upset. I started crying. I mean, I couldn't stop crying. I even called him up and asked him why is he getting married. I don't understand why he did it. My mom goes, "What do you expect? You broke up with him. Did you expect him to wait around for you?" I went crazy.
So why were you going crazy?
I had, you know, Tom, to this day...
You cheated on the guy. You broke off the engagement. Why were you crying?
You know, to this day, the only thing I can think of, and this is how a lot of us women think, if we break up with a guy, we always hope that the other guy, in case the future relationship doesn't work out, maybe he may be waiting in the wings.
Oh, yeah, he'll be all by himself, just
waiting for
crying into his beer.
Yeah, he can never find another.
While you're dating all these other people
exactly.
and banging all these guys,
exactly.
He'll be sitting home alone.
Exactly. Hey, I'm being honest, I think that's how I was thinking at the time.
Why would you even think that?
I don't know. I'm okay.
And why would you want a guy who's so pathetic that he would be sitting home waiting to see what happens with you?
I have no idea.
You sound like you're starting to cry now.
I was crying so bad. You would not believe how crazy I went.
I completely believe it, Danielle. Thank you.
The Tom Leykis Show. Wait, one, KLSX.
The FM talk station.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Los Angeles is 1-800-5800-TOM. I'm talking about mostly chicks who freak out when an ex gets married, even though maybe they're dating you. Maybe they're engaged to you. Maybe they're married to you, but for some reason they can't handle the idea that the ex has moved on with his life. Now, are you that kind of woman, or are you one of the guys who's had to put up with a woman like that? 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Steve on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
All right, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's just like that. She was cheating on me. She was running around, partying, drinking. One day she said, "I'm out of here," left me with the kids. And the funny part was, I said, all right, screw it. I'll just move on my life. The first time I started getting girlfriends, she'd come by the house like clockwork, checking up, see who was there, what was going on, get all torqued off at me. I couldn't figure it out.
Right.
And then the funny part was, she just got married here about 3 weeks ago, and one of my neighbor ladies went to the wedding, and the only thing they talked about was who I was seeing. Did I break up with somebody? What's going on with my life? I can't figure it out. I think that one girl said on your show is, hey, I think they just want to keep the door open. Just in case it doesn't work out with who they have, they think they can just come sliding right back in.
Yeah. Well, you know, for guys, we like to keep the door open to get laid.
That's about it.
And you know what? Somebody getting married doesn't close the door at all. In fact,
I thought it would. I really thought it would. I thought, yeah, she's finally found some guy she wants. Nope. Even to this day. I mean, she got so upset when I was dating one gal. My daughter, she convinced my daughter to come live with her, and she didn't see my daughter for 2 years, maybe 2 weekends. And the minute I started seeing this one gal, she wanted my daughter to come live with her.
Oh, there we go. Which is why I always say that that whole battle over custody and child support is nothing but a way of getting a pound of flesh for you not doing what an ex wants.
Well, I didn't get any child support for the 3 years I had her. I still haven't got anything for that. And but it's always been the same. One day, I remember, I can tell you this real quick. I had a girl over my house. I've been seeing this girl for maybe 6 months, nothing big. And she walked in with the house to get my daughter before my daughter went to live with her. And she walked up to me and laid a big lip lock on me right in front of this girl. I mean, just blew my relationship right out the window. I mean, I didn't expect it. And I asked her later, I said, what kind of game are you playing here? Every time I see somebody, you get pissed off at me. I don't get it. I mean, you got the guy you want. You're out there banging every guy in sight. You got your freedom. You're not paying me any support. I'm not even pressing the issue. But every time I get somebody comes into my life, you're right here just jumping all over my ass. I don't get it.
Steve, thank you.
You bet, Tom. Have a good day.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Joe on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how you doing?
Okay, Joe.
Tom, I got a story for you. Back when I was, I'm 27 now. Back when I was 21, I was with this girl for about 5 years. And, well, obviously, I was in school, and the only thing that supported me was I am a disc jockey during the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So I do weddings, parties, things like that. So it came to a point where she was just saying, what, I'm tired of you. I don't want to be with you anymore. You're not going anywhere. Little did she know that I was going to school and I needed to support myself doing something on the side.
Uh-huh.
So, years went by. She broke up with me. She thought I was a nobody. I was doing anything. And now, I'm not saying I'm, making the greatest money. I'm making about $80,000 a year. And, as time went by, somebody called me saying, can you come up at this wedding? So I said, sure, no problem. So I go show up at this wedding. Little did I know it was her wedding. So I show up and I play with her. She's just, trying to, talk to me. I'm like, what are you doing? Your husband's there. So, time went by, and then at a park, I see her. So she approaches me, and I'm with her with my fiance, and she's like, can I have a word with you? And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, this is my fiance, please leave me alone.
Uh-huh.
So now it's like every day I keep getting emails from her. Somehow she got a hold of my fiance's number, and she keeps calling, emailing her, and she's just making...
And what is she saying in these calls and emails? What's she saying?
She wants me back, and now that she's seen what I'm doing now, that I have a future... that, she wants to come back with me. I'm like...
outrageous.
You're nuts.
Does she try to make it sound like you approve of her doing this?
Yeah, she does.
Oh,
and actually, she didn't went to my job. And, this girl, I just don't know what to do. And I'm sure right now, she's hearing me right now.
Yeah. I had the woman one time who threw me out. Literally, threw all of my furniture out. All of my personal possessions. She waited till I went to work. And then about noon, I got a phone call from her. I'm at work. I can't come home till 5 o'clock. She's like, you better get back here because all your stuff is in the hallway of the apartment building. And I've changed the lock, so don't try to get in. And so I had to, leave work, rent a truck, get a friend of mine, drive all the way up to her apartment. And sure enough, I get up there, and all my stuff, whatever was left of it that hadn't been stolen, is in the hallway. And she told me, as one final comment, she said, call me back when you get a real job. And this is when I hadn't really gotten anywhere in the radio business. Years later, she saw me on TV. I was on 2020 one night. She saw me on there, and she called the radio station where I was working. She saw the call letters on the mic flag in the piece they did on me on 2020. And she called the radio station, got the phone number out of information, called up, and then she said to me, hey, I saw you on 2020. Do you ever get back to New York? Do you ever get back to town? What, are you kidding me? You kicked me out. You threw my stuff in the hallway. Call me when you get a real job. You didn't think I would actually do that, did you? I couldn't believe it. So I've been there, pal. I've been where you are.
And it's just very frustrating because, to be honest with you, my fiance, she's about a 9.5 in L.A. She's beautiful.
By the way, this chick was now 10 years older. I could get chicks 10 years younger than I could when I was with her. Why would I want to go back with her?
Exactly. And now that I see her, she's about 220 pounds.
There we go. Yep. Now, I'll bet your fiance at some point believed that you had something to do with this, or that you had approved of this in some way.
And I mean, she keeps, and it's an everyday basis. Like, it's a fight. Like, you keep calling her, It's like, you know what? I have nothing to do with her. And then she just keeps making my life miserable.
Well, you understand there are stalking laws here in the state of California, and you can stop her from doing this.
How can I do that?
Well, you have to call your local police department about filing a complaint for stalking. It's illegal. I would also change your phone number.
I tried that, Tom. Somehow, it's because, Tom, I am...
Caller ID, pal. What are you doing? Caller ID.
I caller ID as soon as when I have to do something, this is what I have to do. So I have to go home. Literally, I have to rush over there before my fiance gets there and erase all the messages she's leaving.
Now, I understand that, but again, caller ID. Do you know there are all these gadgets at the phone company now? Call the phone company. They have got Privacy Manager, Caller ID. You've got selective call forwarding. You can actually take certain phone numbers where people call you. You can forward the calls anywhere you want. Only selected people. I have this.
Wow. See, one thing, and then on the weekends, usually when I still do that, I still DJ on the weekends, she is waiting for you somehow in the corner. And sometimes at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning while I'm loading my equipment, I see her in the back of the truck.
It's illegal. Now, if you don't do anything about it, it's because you're enjoying.
No, I'm not.
Then it's illegal. You go to the cops tonight. You file a complaint tonight. Then you call the phone company. You tell them you want to get caller ID and something called Privacy Manager. And select call forward. You could forward her calls to, I don't know, anyone. You could forward them back to herself, for example, and she'd just get a busy signal every time she calls you.
Got it, Tom.
Now, if you want to get rid of some, believe me, I know how to get rid of people. When I have dated women and I was like, done, if I want to make them go away, I've made them go away. And there's ways to do it, and I've just told you some of them.
You're the man, Tom.
All right. Good luck, Joe. Hope you pull it off.
Can you keep a secret? How about 101 secrets? We're blowing the lid off the best-kept secrets in Hollywood and counting them down one juicy tidbit at a time.
The FM Talk Station.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's her telephone number. Lori on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Lori.
My boyfriend got upset when his fiance got engaged, or when his ex-girlfriend got engaged.
He did?
He did, and we had been dating, maybe 7 months.
Did she dump him, or did he dump her?
She was a bitch, and she gave him an ultimatum, and he said, I don't want to get married, so goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
And about 7, 8 months later, he found out she was getting engaged to somebody else.
Why would he be surprised? She was obviously on a mission to get married. That's what she was trying to do.
Exactly. And I think, we talked about it. I'm like, why does this upset you? I don't understand. You're with me now. You're the one that broke up with her. And what he said was that he thought, because they had dated for so long, I think it was like 6 years, that she really loved him. And how could she be marrying somebody else when 7 months ago she wanted to marry him? So it hurt him. Like, he felt like that whole however long it was they were together, that it really meant nothing because all she wanted was a husband, not really love. So. Well, then if that's all she wanted, why would you be hurt? I don't know. It just hurt him that he spent 7 years with somebody and she couldn't turn around and marry somebody else. So I didn't really understand his reasonings, but I accepted it.
You accepted it?
We moved on, and we're still dating 5 years later, but, And he still doesn't want to get married. No, and neither do I. I love, living in my own place, have him over at 2 o'clock in the morning, go, hey, sweetie, I'm going home. Or, say to him. Yeah, do you date other people? Go home. Do you date other people? Do I date other people? Absolutely not. Never? Nope. So how long do you think you can do this? Forever? Well, it's working for now. Wow. Okay. That's okay with me. Yeah, I like it. It's fun. We have a good time, and no obligation really. I understand.
Lori, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Shannon on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Shannon?
Hi, Tom.
You busy over there?
Oh, no. I just got off of work, so just chilling.
Okay.
I'm currently married, I guess, to a 32-year-old 220-pound man that acts like a chick, though, because I'm on the other side of this. What happened was I'd been off and on with this guy for 3.5 years, and he just kept leaving the country, going to Sweden, going here, going there, living everywhere. All of a sudden, I start dating someone else, completely happy, gone on with my life, and he comes back crying. I mean, bawling like a woman, can't live without me, this and that, and wants to marry me, wants to have kids, and I'm like, no, enough is enough. And this guy took it to the level where he was, like, contacting my family, my mom, my dad, trying to win their affection and apologizing for all the times he left, and yada, yada, yada. So then I end up taking him back, and he wants to get married right away. So we go to Greece and get married, and when we come back, it lasted a month, and he decided he doesn't want to be married.
Oh, my God. Why did you fall into this trap again?
I don't know. He even took me to a counselor and totally snowed the counselor and convinced her that he was ready now and he had grown up and all of this. But what I think it is now, like looking back, I'm trying to get it annulled and everything at this point. But it's a control issue. They want what they can't have, these kinds of people that do this. And as soon as they get it, they don't want it anymore. But they don't want anyone else to have it.
Unbelievable. Well, Shannon, I hope you learned a lesson from all that.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
Why do you spend your whole entire being belittling other people around you just to make yourself feel good?
Because it's so entertaining, and so many millions of people like hearing me do it.
Sick world, man.
I don't care. I'm just here to cash in on it, babe.
The Tom Leykis Show on 97.1, the South Bay FM talk station.
Well, Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Let's say hello to Lori on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Lori.
I'm just calling to say it's not only women that get psychotic when there's a breakup.
No?
No, my ex, when we broke up, he blamed me for everything that happened to him, his financial problems. He broke up with one girlfriend, thought all his problems were solved, I should get back together with him. And when I didn't, because I was already involved, he actually blamed me for getting his girlfriend pregnant and having to have a baby with her.
Oh, you did that?
That was my fault, completely.
Wow, you must have balls.
I'm telling you, long distance even. And to this day, we've been divorced about almost 7 years. I'm still the cause of all his problems and blames me for everything, but yet he takes it out on the kids, which is a sad thing. But he's still an idiot. So it's not just women that get that way.
Wow. All right, Lori, well, thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thomas on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yeah, what's up, man?
How much, Thomas?
No, what's up? I was just calling you, man, because about this crazy girl, man. I got a crazy story for you, man. You ready?
I am.
All right, man, check it out, man. Well, you know how you say when you treat a girl bad, it seems to like you more?
They love it.
Yeah, okay. So I was doing that, man, and she was, like, sprung up for me, man. She was, like, calling me all the time and everything. I was ignoring her, and I found out she cheated on me. So I was like, oh, man, what's up with that? And she said because I wasn't giving her attention. So she's like, yeah, you know, you're not giving me attention, you know, and I cheated on you, that's why. So I was like, okay, you know, that was my mistake, you know, I messed up. So I figured, you know, I treat her good, she's going to fall in love with me. So I started treating her good and everything, and she started treating me like a pup, you know, like a little puppet, you know. So I don't know what to do now, man.
Dump her ass. Why do you tolerate it?
I don't know, man. Like, she got me whooped now, man.
You know what? You're 20. You're too young for this anyway. Kick her ass out. Go out and have some fun. That's my recommendation to you. Good luck, Thomas. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. tom@blowmeuptom.com. We'll call our comment line. The number area code 310-842. 95.92.
The Tom Leykis Show.